What's up, guys? Today, let's take a look at some fighters who admitted to or were caught being high during a professional fight. And we're not talking about performance-enhancing drugs here. It's all about being faded. During this post-fight drug test, they came up positive, or they just admitted to it later in life. Whatever the case, they were flying high, and they had the benefit of possibly not really feeling all the hits they were taking. Let's get started. In some fights, Bert Cooper was a boxer who could cause some real issues for most of the heavyweight boxers, like when he almost knocked out Holyfield.
And there's that sneaky right hand.
Cooper bangs away. Holyfield almost goes down.
Or the time he knocked out Ray Mercer and sent him to the hospital, which was incredible at the time, since Mercer had one of the strongest chins in the division. But in 1989, George Foreman was in the middle of his comeback, and they were put up against each other, and the size difference was obvious from the start. Cooper could fight, but he was a bit bipolar in his fighting style. He could either be at the top of his game, competing against anybody, or be on a low, coming from crazy parties and of course, crazy drug use. That night, Foreman got the latter and made him quit after the second round.
Left jab. Bert Cooper not coming out for the third round. It is over.
Apparently, Cooper had been out partying with twins and hadn't slept in 3 days, going on a cocaine sniffing spree. He was caught on the post-fight drug test and lost his entire purse for the fight. He was only 23 years old. He did come back and actually competed in a ton more fights and fought for the title twice, but came up just short. Back in 2012, Eloy Perez was flying high as a top up-and-comer in the junior lightweight division, and a huge fight was set up against champion Adrian Broner. Going into the fight, Perez was talking about how he wanted to fight for his father to pay him back for all the trust that he had in him. And also, he was fighting for a kid with cancer who was actually in the audience that night. Unfortunately, Perez lost the fight in only the 4th round, getting knocked out.
Good straight right hand, and down goes Perez.
Also, unfortunately, right after the fight, in the post-fight drug test, he was busted with cocaine in his system. I'll let you guess who his promoter was. Are you ready? Yeah, it was Golden Boy. Okay, I don't know how he got his hands on it when he seemed to be such a clean-cut kid, but there you have it.
When he walks to the ring, Kevin Cunningham, who's the lead trainer here in St. Louis.
During the fight, there were times when he definitely looked like he was on something, having a pretty strange grin during certain parts. This fight and the drug test ended Perez's career. He never fought again after being suspended and got in trouble with the law, ultimately getting deported back to Mexico, and in 2019 was found dead under mysterious circumstances. We all know that the Diaz brothers really enjoy their THC, and they have been suspended many times for it. But in 2007, Nick Diaz was completely blazed when he took apart the legend that is Takanori Gomi. Diaz was dominating Gomi on the feet, a place where Gomi is stellar. He was hitting him at will and even played around with him, all leading to him allowing Gomi to take him to the ground, just so he can finish him with a gogo plata. So they say that MJ makes you have slower reaction times and be less focused, but it was considered a PED at this point because the promoters believed that it would make you feel less pain, thus allowing you to win. In this fight, Diaz was tested at a level of 175. 15 is considered positive, but the NSAC has a threshold of 50 to test positive, so Diaz was on freaking Mars in this fight. I don't think it helped him at all. With the amount that he smokes every single day, they probably caught him on a slow day, cause he has to cut back just a little bit prior to the big fight. If they would have tested him on a regular day, he would probably test at 300 or higher. Well, we obviously have to talk about the absolute entertaining show that Mike Tyson brought to each and every single one of his fights. He, of course, also indulged in the good old reefer and some of the nose candy. 20 years after his fight with Luz Alvarez, he came out and said he got high right before the fight.
World over, on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, entering the ring, wearing his traditional black trunks, fighting out of it, representing Catskill, New York.
Well, this fight was a little different, and you might be able to tell that Tyson was flying high. Let's just start with the first knockdown, only 13 seconds into the fight.
The size to cause. Oh, there is the first. No, he hasn't. There he is.
Then, after Lou was allowed to get back up, Tyson put him down again, but this time he lost all sense of what was happening and went insane. I mean, he's already a bit aggressive, but this time the drugs really made him crazy.
Oh, he's got him. Oh, he's got it. It's all over. It's all over again. He's stopping it.
He's finished, it's finished, it's finished.
And the referee's trying to stop the fight.
Yeah.
Tyson stopped it.
Tyson was fined $125,000 for not listening to the referee, and his drug-fueled night continued, as this is where he uttered the famous words about wanting to eat Lennox Lewis's kids.
My style is impetuous, my defense is impregnable, and I'm just ferocious. I want your heart, I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah.
Incredibly, Tyson was able to get past all the drug tests, because he apparently used a fake penis to get the clean piss into the cup. Do you guys think that these guys had an advantage during these fights? Let me know in the comments. And thanks for watching. I hope to see you next time.